Let's be honest, we all fall victim to a BuzzFeed article or a TikTok trend once in a while. But if we want to be living our best life, then we should probably be spending our precious time a little more wisely. Hi, I'm Tash and welcome back or welcome to The Loving Lifestyle, a channel dedicated to helping you live your best life. I post twice a week on self-discovery, mindset and productivity, so make sure you hit that subscribe bar and the little bell below so you never miss my content. Today's video is super straight to the point. I talk you through 7 tips to help you stop wasting your time. So let's just get right into it. First, we gotta tackle our phones. You have 2 options here. If you're waiting for a message or an email, put your phone on loud but face down so that you'll know when the message comes through and thus you don't have to check your notifications every 5 minutes. But if you aren't expecting an important notification, then put your phone away so it doesn't distract you. Even right now, I've left my phone up in my room. I'm not gonna be looking at it whilst I'm filming because I wanna film in the most productive manner possible, and I also don't wanna lose energy by scrolling through Instagram. If it makes you more comfortable, then put your phone on Do Not Disturb and then put it in your bag or something. And then you can use the emergency contact or favorite setting in contacts, which allows through notifications from certain people, even when you're on Do Not Disturb. So this can help put your mind at rest. As I personally know, it's all very well saying turn off your phone, but that's simply not an option for some of us. So by allowing a contact to be a favorite or I think it's called contact bypass or something, emergency contact bypass, I don't know. It's called something like that on Apple at least. And you can just put it on that and that means that all notifications will come through and you can choose if you want a buzz or if you want a sound or whatever. So you don't have to worry about, even when your phone's on Do Not Disturb, like at night time for example, then you'll still get notifications from those people or calls from them if you need to be in contact with them. Secondly, we want to block certain websites like BuzzFeed or Instagram from your laptop so that you can't go onto them. And put a screen limit on your apps. This has been a game changer for me using Instagram. Obviously, I have an Instagram account for The Loving Lifestyle and I don't actually have a personal account. I didn't actually even use social media for like a year before I started my business. So I just turned my personal account into my business account. Anyways, I've now set a 40-minute time cap. And with the new update, at least on Apple, you can actually have the app hidden from your home screen. So it exists in, I don't know, some like space in your phone, but it's not on the home screen itself, meaning that I have to physically search for it if I want to go onto it. And then once my screen limit is up, even if I search for it, it actually doesn't come up. There's no option for it. So I literally can't go on it unless I want to go into settings, turn off the screen limit, and then find the app again, which for me is just too much effort, especially if what I'm about to do is procrastination scroll. Because the reason that people procrastinate, oh my god, that sentence is so hard to say. Because the reason that people procrastinate is because it's the path of least resistance. There we go. So if you disrupt that pathway with something like a time limit, where you then have to go into the settings and find it and turn it off, it's no longer enjoyable. You don't want to do the procrastination anymore. It's too much effort. So this has been a great deterrent for me, not just to stop me scrolling in the evenings because it's not even available on my phone in the evenings. I've usually used up my time limit by then, but it also stops me from using it too much in the morning because I need to be on Instagram to share posts 4 times a week. And of course, I'm on my stories every single day, giving you a behind the scenes peek at my business. So if I use up all my screen time, I'm kind of screwed. So yes, I highly recommend blocking certain web pages on your desktop and definitely screen capping your procrastination apps on your phone. I know it's a shame that we even need this much deterrent, but it works, so why not? Apologize for the state of my nails, by the way, it's quite shocking. I thought about redoing them before filming this and I just realized I didn't want to. So I didn't. I think I should have now though, because I'm really self-conscious of them. Oh well. Thirdly, if you have housemates, then ask if they'd like to work all together at the kitchen table instead of in your individual rooms. This way you can hold yourself accountable to doing work because you're all doing work together. Just try not to chat the whole time. Fourthly, stop wasting time on things that don't matter. AKA, please don't spend 10 minutes in the morning trying to do winged eyeliner just because you felt like it that morning. Also, top tip, the Stila felt tip pen eyeliner, the best eyeliner. I could never ever do eyeliner before, and then I bought this randomly on a whim, like maybe in the first lockdown, I can't even remember, and I am just obsessed with it. Fantastic, highly recommend. Anyway, that's totally off topic. By doing something pointless like that in the morning, it's not pointless, but you know what I mean. By doing something that's not necessary in the morning, like maybe you want to try space buns today. If you've got things to do, that's just procrastination. You can do space buns on your day off. You can practice your winged eyeliner to your heart's content on your day off. But when you have stuff to do, if your mind's telling you, yes, try winged eyeliner today, yes, wear that bold printed shirt today, yes, put your hair in that new style today, it's just tricking you. You're probably going to regret it, and you're going to spend all day being super self-conscious that you probably won't actually get any work done. It's genuinely not important, and unless it's bringing you particular joy, then you don't need to be doing it. 5. When you're working, rather than doing something the second that you think of it, write it on a distraction list to come back to later. Some examples of this are remembering you need to buy more shampoo, Googling that company that you heard of a few weeks ago, checking the menu of Saturday night's takeaway, downloading a new app, or looking up a new music artist. These are all things that you can do later, but your brain will remind you of it the second that you're about to get cracking on a really important piece of work. For example, as I was writing the plan for this video, I found myself Googling how to change the widgets on my iPhone. So I stopped myself, popped it on my distraction list, and got back to it later, after I'd finished drafting the video. Number 6 is a little random, but one I particularly am quite passionate about, and that is stop having arguments with people on the internet. In fact, just stop letting people live rent-free inside your mind, full stop. It is absolutely awesome to be passionate about something, but oh my goodness, ranting and getting yourself worked up about something that you can't control is just an utterly pointless waste of your time. I'm gonna give you an example here. The other week, I was watching a live workshop one evening, and I was really enjoying it, and I was feeling like I was getting some good insights out of it, and then the speaker used 2 really poor choices of examples. He misquoted a COVID statistic and dissed the use of antidepressants all in about a 20-minute period. And I won't lie to you, I felt angry. I felt so angry that someone with such an impressionable and oftentimes vulnerable audience would serve his own agenda by pushing his opinion as fact. And I spent about 10 minutes thinking to myself all these things about how irresponsible it was. And then I realized that I was letting someone else's mistakes live rent-free inside my mind. And whilst being an empath means that I feel deeply sad for anyone who was influenced by his remarks and may now suffer the consequences, I realized that it wasn't about me. I don't need to let it fester in my mind. So instead, I turned off the workshop and I used my time for my benefit. I took some deep breaths, I reminded myself of my truth, I did some yoga, I meditated, and I went to bed. But I could have spent the next hour scouring forums, writing comments, and just generally fuming. I mean, I couldn't have, because I've never written on a forum or made unsolicited comments online in my life. But someone who wasn't me probably could have, and probably did spend their evening doing exactly that. I haven't gone back to look, because that is a waste of my time. And finally, get rid of pointless decision making. Micro decisions chip away at your decision making motivation stock, so that when a big decision comes along, you've actually run out of motivation stock to take rational action. Plus, those mini decisions waste time that could be cut just by deciding those things in bulk in advance. The kind of decisions that I'm referring to are what to eat, what to wear, what route to take, what order to do your task list in. Channel your inner Steve Jobs on this one. It doesn't actually matter what you're gonna wear today, so stop spending 20 minutes deciding on an outfit. Instead, set your outfits the night before, meal prep, or make a rough meal plan, plan your route out in advance, and always do your most important task first. So there you have it, my 7 tips to stop you wasting your precious time. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you found it useful and you feel ready to implement some of these tips. If you did, then make sure you hit that like button, and why not let me know down in the comments what your biggest time waster is. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you next week or over on my Instagram at the.lovinglifestyle. Oh, there's a spider on the ceiling. Ah!